spectacular Toronto welcome at the opening general session. This global stage set the theme here at EduCon of taking risks. Highlights from opening day coming up next on PCMA TV Live. We are better when we work together and think big. That's why PCMA prides itself on developing out-of-the-box ideas that can make meetings more meaningful. Hi everybody, thanks for joining us on PCMA TV Live, produced by Convention News Television. I'm Sarah Solomon. Now we're going to walk you through a unique experience that PCMA has set up this week for hundreds of meeting professionals here for EduCon. The Big Ideas Networking Luncheon inspired attendees to work together and come up with a startup. The best part, the biggest idea developed right here at EduCon will have the opportunity to be presented in front of business guru and Shark Tank star Mark Cuban.
I love the idea of the big ideas. First off, and we got to communicate with people we don't always get to, at a luncheon, which is fantastic. And plus, we had great dialogue as far as what potentially can happen, and that's what face-to-face meetings are all about. And the fact you might be able to meet Mark Cuban, that's awesome.
The PCMA Business School addressed some of the recent advances in technology and how they've changed marketing in the meeting space. Elements like data and online behaviors can make for better planning.
The key idea is that when this new technology comes, whether it's online advertising or social media or mobile media or whatever's coming next, to have a sense to remember of this changes behavior in some ways and not others. So what's different and what's not different. If they think about what's different than what's not different, they'll be able to come up with a better strategy for their own technology, for their own business.
We, as the events industry, really need to take control of that data, especially the example we had here for registration and understanding the SEO behind the websites and, how do we drive business better for our conferences to get our attendance up.
Meeting Design Innovation served as an insider's guide for meeting professionals to hear directly from PCMA leaders about how innovative strategies are born within the organization. PCMA shared its inspiration behind its vision, crediting a lot of their member feedback and input as the backbone of their core mission to develop a high-impact result in the industry. This week, it's all about rethinking the way we do meetings, and it's also about thinking differently about how we view successes and failures in the workplace. We all have goals we sometimes fail to reach, but as social psychologist Heidi Grant Halverson put it, how you deal with failure is what determines your true success.
By focusing on getting better rather than proving yourself all the time, it just really seems to unleash all of this potential that each of us has. It enables us to be more creative, to think more deeply, to be more innovative, to also enjoy the process of trying to reach our goals more, to be less anxious, to be more resilient in the face of challenge. And it's really a very simple shift, just going from thinking I have to be perfect right now to this is really part of a journey and every day I'm getting better at everything that I do.
Hybrid meetings are quickly becoming popular in the meeting space. It's a way to capture content and repurpose it for attendees on site and virtually.
As the demographics of their organizations are changing and the millennials and the Gen Ys are much more used to captured content, being able to access content on demand is part of their life and part of their world. And for them to see value in the event when they start to attend face-to-face events or decide to get engaged with an association, they're going to have that same expectation.
Attendees were encouraged to examine hybrid meeting experience and value, identify ways to measure hybrid ROI, and research partners that share your vision in executing a hybrid event.
Some organizations have strict policies about what they can download and what they can use, and you also have to look as what are your constituents or your members, what are they using to watch content or to look at content. So you just have to be mindful of that when you're talking with your vendors and make sure that when they're saying, hey, our platform plays on every mobile device, that you really do challenge them and go out and ask some of their customers, hey, what's your experience with using this platform? Challenge what the salespeople say, because it's our job to sell you something.
Convene Live is where more outside-of-the-box thinking happens. This time, the discussion was centered on how planners can use space differently and create their own experience.
The idea is sort of to kind of break out of just sort of kind of sterile ballrooms and meeting rooms that have very rigid room sets, and to get into room sets, get into venues that are kind of more informal,
In today's world, an annual meeting serves as much more than a place to meet and do business. It's where meeting professionals are responsible for creating a personalized experience for each attendee by inspiring them to connect with the organization in an emotional way to build longevity.
To look at their organizational's missions and goals first, and to really build their annual meeting as that tool in the vehicle to be able to convey what happens for their organization through their annual meeting, is to really use their annual meeting as a tool.
So much content and key takeaways for meeting professionals to implement into their own meetings. But the learning doesn't stop here. We have a full schedule Tuesday with even more education and 2 general sessions. Starting at 8:30 a.m., unleash your creativity with CEO and managing partner of the Detroit Venture Partners, Josh Linkner. In the afternoon, join us for more innovation at the general session, Disruptive Thinking Fostering a Culture of Game-Changing Leadership. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you download the mobile app, brought to you by Quick Mobile, for all things EduCon. And don't forget to share our coverage with your team that couldn't make it to the conference so they too can take away some key lessons learned here. For PCMA TV Live, produced by Convention News Television, I'm Sarah Solomon. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us on PCMA TV Live, everybody. I'm Sarah Solomon, and joining me now is Kelly Pesey, Senior VP of Education and Meetings at PCMA. Kelly, thank you for joining us. Now, we are here at EduCon in Toronto, and we're doing things a little bit differently this year, so why don't you fill us in?
Sure. So this year we're doing basically 2 conferences in one. On day 1, we're basically following a traditional conference model. We have some breakout sessions, we have a general session, but then on Tuesday we're going to disrupt it. We're going to disrupt the conference, and we're going to conduct an experiment in open learning and collaborative learning, and with a real focus on takeaways. Just something different so people can experience it, and they can compare and contrast the 2 days.
And, PCMA is known to switch things up and take risks, and this is part of that strategy. So why? Why do you want these meeting professionals to try to implement some of these strategies that they're learning here?
Sure. I think it's critically important for us to constantly be thinking about how our meetings are evolving, how they're changing, how the experiences are changing. And if we're not trying to demonstrate something different that people can pick apart and take back to their own events to increase their value, to make better experiences, then we're not doing our jobs at PCMA, and that's our whole goal. We don't know if it's going to work. We never ever do, but hopefully we're all going to learn together, and we're going to create even better experience next time.
Well, I have no doubt in my mind that it will work and that folks will learn a lot this week. Kelly, thank you so much for joining us. And for PCMA TV Live, produced by Convention News Television, I'm Sarah Solomon.